Thank you. Can you hear me now? Down, Walt, down. Well, good morning. And what a grand and glorious morning it is, no matter what the weatherman says. Did you enjoy that 6 inches of rain yesterday? You know, it's Memorial Day, 2018. No matter how many we experience, they're all basically the same. The same glorious memories. And that's what it's all about, the memories. The spring rain, I think, it's coming. Birds, flowers, strawberries, trees, leaves, new mown grass, and music. How about those golden voices here? We are so thrilled, happy to have them, honored to have them with us. Music, that's what this time of the year is all about, especially if your mic works. William James, one of the greatest philosophers who ever lived, said, "We don't sing because we're happy. We're happy because we sing." And it was so great hearing the whole room bellow out first thing this morning. What a great way to start the day, any day. I can remember the music, the parades, John Philip Sousa, Stars and Stripes Forever. It always brings forth tremendous memories of our dedication to our vets. The mere thought makes your mind and body explode with goosebumps and pride. Memorial Day, today's holiday. On one side there's Mother's Day, the other side there's Father's Day. All good reasons to get out and celebrate. All good reasons to bring out the emotion and the love of those individuals so significant in our lives. Our mothers, our fathers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers. If you don't think it's a great celebration time, try getting into a restaurant on one of those days. But you know, today as we think about dedication, we think about it with love and excitement and enthusiasm because we're celebrating our veterans. Everybody is celebrating our veterans. Why? Because of the great home of the brave and land of the free that we all enjoy. But today it is so important that we remember those memories, because today is the time that we keep the main thing the main thing. Who is a vet? A lot of answers. Well, it's somebody that's been in the military. Now, a veteran is someone who at some point in their life wrote a blank check made payable to the United States of America for any amount, including their life. That's who we honor today. 1.8 million of them since this great land started. 1.8 million were out there willing and ready to sacrifice their life if that's what it required. Everything good comes with a price. We just take so much for granted. We are so blessed. The right to think, the right to speak, to say what we want to say, to learn what we want to learn, and to teach what we ought to teach. These are the things that we've learned because of those dedicated vets, to express the lessons that we've been taught. All of these things came to us as such a price. Today, we honor and thank those men and women who paid that price. Just what is it that we have learned through these experiences that we can teach and pass on? First of all, we certainly don't regret getting older. You know, it's a privilege denied to so many people. For this, we thank a vet. Oh, we've seen better days, but we've also seen worse. I don't have everything I want, but I certainly have everything I need. And for this, I thank a vet. Like you, I woke up with some aches and pains this morning, but I woke up, and so did you. Our lives are not perfect, but we are certainly blessed. And for this, we thank a vet. We've learned that spending time with children is more than spending money on children. I've certainly learned that putting your phone away and paying attention to those talking to you is very important. There's an app for that. It's called respect. And for that, I thank a vet. I've learned that shooting sprees, mass murders, guns in schools just might have something to do with movies and video games that award points and recognition to children who can butcher and kill the most people in these games. For this knowledge, I thank a vet, and hopefully will be strong enough to do something about it. Walt? I recognize that a great fun day on the beach, a super fun day on the beach, is because of their day on the beach. And for that, we thank a vet. I've also found that if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Every day is a gift. That's why they call it the present. And for that, we thank a vet. I don't have time to worry about who doesn't like me, because I'm too busy loving the people who love me. And for this, I thank a vet. Albert Einstein said, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it's nothing and stupid. We've all been created for a reason and a purpose. You are so good and worth so much. We must be thankful for all we are and all we have. And for this, thank a vet. Many of us have friends, family, neighbors, and loved ones in our lives. Some of them have terminal illnesses. some are lonely, some just have bad attitudes and just no will to go on. But everyone goes through tough times and rough situations. The universal answer always has been and always will be to care for them and love them. Be compassionate and please pray for them. I have someone in my life who I've known for many years, most of my life, with serious complications. Oh, it's always tough. This time it's especially tough because it is slow and it is coming to a young lady in the prime of her life. Death is tough when you deeply love someone, especially someone you have been around for a long time. It is tough watching someone slowly waste away. I know the parents of this lady. They are fine people. You need to know the background. This lady had a difficult, hard birth. The family would often talk about those anxious moments and the struggle of her birth. But it seemed to make each birthday just a little bit more precious. She had a difficult childhood. Many relatives rejected her because she seemed different and didn't behave like the rest of the family. Later, there were problems in her family. Once, there was a never-to-be-forgotten family feud. Then it happened, the good part. Almost overnight, she came into her own. She overcome handicaps, even family problems. In fact, everything that seemed to be against her became her greatest assets. She became one of the best-liked, most popular, most admired girls in the neighborhood. She was kind, benevolent, and quick to help. Oh, she could be stiff also. I remember more than once she stood up against the bullies in the neighborhood. She was always willing to stand up for the small guy. She even got bloodied a time or two. One thing about her, you could count on her. That is probably the thing that endeared her to me so very much. Recently, something has gone wrong. No one knows exactly what it is. It is an internal illness. Sometimes her body has turned against itself. She has some kind of self-devouring disease in her system. It's poisoning her system. Something inside her works backwards. Her body is killing itself. At first, hardly anyone noticed. Then close loved ones tried to point out her illness, but she wouldn't admit she was even ill. Some even said, "Don't worry, she will pull out of it. Something good is bound to happen." The trouble is, no one has ever recovered from this self-devouring disease. The greatest tragedy is that those who have been closest and loved her the most, I am ashamed to say, that I fall into this group, have been too busy, too self-centered to do anything. We have almost allowed this dear loved one to die in our very arms. You may know who I'm describing. This morning, her name is America. God bless her. Seems to me she is really sick. I don't believe it's a terminal illness. but she certainly is critically ill. If you and I or someone don't do something soon, she will be represented by simply another mound out there in the graveyard of empires lost. My friends and caring vets, it's time to open your arms and hearts, and we must pray for her. Join together as veterans and concerned citizens who love our country, and do so with the enthusiasm, dedication, and all the love we can manifest. We must do so in the memory and in the honor of those 1.8 million veterans. Our future depends on it, and those veterans deserve it. This is our country. Let's love it like never, ever before. For doing this, I sincerely thank you. Let's do it now. Let's do it today. God bless you, my friends. God bless you all. God bless America.